Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to F1 2020 here for my team career mode. Round 3 at the Chinese Grand Prix. Joining after practice as per usual, getting another 1000 odd resource points in to help boost the car back to where it should be. And China, what do I think is going to happen? Well, I'm on a wheel, so it's going to be considerably harder for me. But I did have a little bit of practice with a league race around here, so I do have a good setup for it. I do feel relatively confident as saying that, though, as our first lap in qualifying put us P19, but that was an awful lap, and our next lap gets us a second faster, but that's still only good enough for P14. I'm not too worried though about my pace, as Raikkonen seems to be around the same area as me. Now we cut to the end of qualifying here in Q1, which actually we're in the danger zone at the moment. Well, we're just on the edge of the danger zone. Raikkonen could quite easily overtake us. We know what the AI are like in qualifying. So we've had to go out again, I believe, on a fresh set of soft tyres. This might be the third fresh set I've used. And as we have a massive slap of oversteer out the stale section. I've got to try and hope that I can find a little bit of time somewhere, as we're a tenth, 1.5 tenths down on George Russell, going through the first sector alone. So it's not looking too good so far, and we're 2 tenths now going into the S section, as Romain Grosjean posts a faster lap time than us. So we're currently slower than a car that's behind us on pace at this current point in the season, but as we exit this double left-hander, we lose even more time. We are getting a little bit back though, because we had a slightly better exit than the previous lap. Now going into the final snail section, going onto the main back straight, we get a little bit of time through there. We've got to have a great exit here to gain a lot of time. You see, we do have a very good exit, but we are a bit late putting the power down, so we don't maximise the initial exit out of that corner as well as what we could have done. Opening the DRS, and as we get to the final, well, the second to last corner, we're going to be about 2 100ths up on our previous best time, which is not good enough to get us into Q2, although it doesn't really matter because I don't have any fresh sets. We do have a massive improvement around the hairpin though, of about a tenth. I go through the final corner. Very nice clean exit. We're going to improve by 1.3 tenths, and it is going to get us P16. So we are through to Q2. We knocked Raikkonen. I think Raikkonen was already knocked out. I think we knocked Romain Grosjean back out of qualifying. I'm trying to remember back, because this was a while since I've done this. I believe we may have one more set of softs. I believe I either went for a balanced or softer tyre strategy. I might have done my second run on the same set of tyres that I did my first run. So we're going to have at least one soft run left, and we're going out at 11 minutes because the track, well, the sky's starting to darken up a bit. And going through the final corner now, we are going to do what will be a 129.6, which is only good enough for P4. And that's it. Yeah, we retire. We didn't have any more softs, and that was it. We got P14. There's a massive gap between ourselves and Verstappen, oddly enough, who didn't get into the top 10 shootout by 7 tenths of a second. So it's not ideally where we want to be, but we do get 3 choices of tyre. We are going to be doing mediums to hards, I believe. So let's hope we can get some good positions back during the race, and our race pace is definitely a lot stronger than our qualifying pace. So points will definitely be on the cards. Another top 5 finish to continue the form we've been having is going to be difficult, but we'll give it a go.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin of
So getting ready for the start of the Grand Prix, you can see we're doing a soft medium strategy. We are overfueling the car by 1 lap. As you can see, Jeff is suggesting some interesting strategies for us there. I'm actually going to slightly underfuel the car a little bit more. I don't know actually what I'm going to do because it's been so long since I decided we're actually going to go half a lap over fuel. And now we're getting ready for the race. We've got 4 and 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. Verstappen gets an amazing initial launch, but then bogs down on the second phase of the start. We get a pretty mediocre start. We're going to hold P14 going to turn 1. Really no room to go the inside of Ricciardo, but now the gap opens up on the inside of the snow section. We're going to go the inside of like 5 cars there, 4 or 5 cars. But now we're going to be on the outside for turn 2, and we're going to basically lose all the positions we just gained. We do get a massive snap of oversteer on exit, and we made up 3 positions off the start, made that 4 positions potentially as we go the inside of Stroll here. He's going to get a more flowing run around the outside on those soft tyres. He's probably going to keep that position. And we don't decide to burn all of our ERS to try and fight it because we want to save some ERS for lap 2, unlike the AI. And yeah, we just got to stick behind Stroll. This is going to be a massive DRS train. I believe that's Bottas out in front who's broken away massively. We've got Gasly behind us. Pressuring us quite hard, so we're going to go defensive into the snail section. We push him a little bit, but we give him the space, and we get a little tap there, which sort of hinders our run through the snail section. So we're going to be potentially vulnerable down the straight, but Gasly's already fallen nearly a second back, so it looks like we're going to be safe for now. And we're in a good position here, because we are currently top of the medium runners, and all of the guys ahead of us on softs will either have to do a 2-stop or a 1-stop with really dead tyres at the end. So we could have actually been in a very good position here. We just got to keep up with Stroll and this lot in a DRS train, which shouldn't be too difficult given that's what the AI like to do on this game. We get our first track limits warning. It's not massively, well, I'll say it's not difficult to get track limit violations here, but I've just gone and got one on lap 1, but so whatever. Come on to lap 5 against some positions, and now lap 6 we're going to be promoted into P2 in this race. Stroll is going 2 laps longer than most people on his softs, and Albon has pitted onto hards, so it's a mix of strategy here. Some people will be going onto hards, some people will be going onto a double medium stint. If you're going to do a 2-stop, the preferred strategy around here is to do soft medium, I believe. I think that's what I did in the league race. I cannot remember for the life of me. And now on end of lap 8, or beginning of lap 8, we get promoted into P1, but now Ricciardo's going to have a go at us. We decided not to burn a load of ERS to keep him behind. He's in a faster car than us, and we're going to hopefully try and use him to drag us along a little bit in this race. We do have to be worried about Verstappen behind us though. He's going to be quite a big threat. I say that as Ricciardo's actually got some amazing pace up front and has been holding back Verstappen quite well. Is now we could potentially go for a move down into turn 1, but Ricciardo looks to be burning a lot of ERS and we aren't able to catch up to him. So it looks like we're probably going to lose touch with Ricciardo, as actually we did by about 2 to 3 seconds. We're going to pit down on lap 13. We're going to be put on a set of hard compound tyres. ERS and fuel wear hasn't been too bad this race. We've burnt through about half of our extra fuel reserves, so it's about what I would expect it to be. As you can see, Hamilton is on the mediums, Bottas on the mediums, Verstappen's gone on to the hards obviously, and we come out still ahead of Verstappen, and we're going to rejoin the track in P8 I believe, or P9 as the clear goes around our outside, but we have the inside for the snail section, so we're going to hold that position quite easily. And then we've got Ricciardo and Norris still yet to pit, so I think we're provisionally maybe P4, P5 at this point. As you can see, we've got Alpha Tauri leading this race of Daniel Kvyat, who pits associated as my teammate, so that's going to be 2 free positions for us. We were wide on the exit of the corner, but it doesn't give us a warning. And you see Charles is coming for an attack on us down the main straight. We give him a big squeeze. He doesn't decide to go for the move, he backs out, and we quite aggressive there, cutting across in front of him. I was putting a lot of trust that he would actually continue to back out of that move, but luckily he does. And now coming onto lap 16, the 2-stop runners are making their final stop. As you see, Hamilton is going onto a set of the mediums. And yes, we are currently provisionally P4. The colour behind our fresh mediums is going to be difficult to hold back. Actually, he pits now, so it's not going to be difficult to hold back. And so too does Valtteri. So this is it, all the pit stops are played out now. We've got to try and defend from Verstappen. I'm definitely not catching up to Albon or Ricciardo. Ricciardo's 11 seconds ahead, so Ricciardo actually looks to have this race in the bag, but we've got bigger problems now in the form of Max Verstappen. Going for move around the outside here, probably using his ERS at the same time, so he's got through into P3. I didn't really want to defend that position all too much because I'm focusing on Hamilton behind and Stroll. For some reason, Stroll actually decides that he doesn't want to. Well, I think he got overtaken by Hamilton and fell back massively. He might have had an issue or something. Now, at the end of lap 24, coming on to lap 25, we are getting chased down quite heavily by Daniel Kvyat behind us, and we actually paused the game here because something interesting has happened. Hamilton has decided that he wants to pit, and I don't know why. We'd been fighting a little bit, but nothing really worth showing of camera. There was no contact or anything. We still held a second advantage over him, but he pits. He doesn't have a puncher, he doesn't have any front wing damage, and saying that there's only 3 laps left, so he pits for some strange reason. Now on lap 26, we were getting attacked by Daniel Kvyat, but nothing really happened. Max Verstappen is actually out of this race, so that's a free position for us. So now we've gone from defending P4 to defending a podium from an AlphaTauri behind us and a very fast Valtteri Bottas on fresh mediums, as now we've only got 2 laps left in this Grand Prix. Hopefully we can hold on to this position. Hopefully those two can start to battle each other in the middle sector. We've still got 65% ERS. It'll probably be about 70 or 80 by the time we get onto the back straight. So we should be good. As now we come to the end of lap 28. This is the last opportunity these two are going to have to get past me. Luckily we set the car up to have pretty good straight line speed. We've still got 50% ERS, lots of fuel to play with. And we're going to burn it all going down this straight. Daniel Kvyat is closing a little bit, but it looks like he decides to turn off his ERS. Maybe he's run out, maybe he's focusing more on Valtteri. I'm trying to weave to give Valtteri a tow in order to pull him closer to Kvyat so they can battle more. Daniel Ricciardo wins the race, so that's a fantastic drive from him. First mid of Renault, we have a massive snap of oversteer going out the second to last corner. But luckily we're going to come across the line and we're going to get P3 in this race, which I'm very happy about. As you can see there, weaving the wheel of happiness and taking Kvyat out at the end. But yeah, I definitely did not expect that when I started this race. Obviously, got some fortune there with Max Verstappen retiring a couple of laps in the end of the Grand Prix, but P14 to P3, I will definitely take it. So, as I said, very happy with the race result here. Daniel Ricciardo showed some extreme pace this weekend, and as you can see, the one-stop proving dominant as the top 5 drivers were on a one-stop strategy, or top 4 drivers. It would have been 5 if Verstappen hadn't have retired. And yeah, I couldn't catch Ricciardo. I don't even think if I'd have let him go, or if I hadn't have let him go, that I'd have held on to him. He was just far too quick, and it probably ended up costing me more time. With that result, we actually get promoted into P2 in the championship, same amount of points as Valtteri. So yeah, at the start of the season I was looking at the car performance index and thinking, well, this is going to be one really long season, but actually turns out it could we're actually mounting a championship challenge 3 races in. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going. We beat Vettel in the rivalry, so we're currently drawing at the moment. We've got 4 races left to try and beat him, which shouldn't be too difficult if we carry on this run of fortune. Boosting our acclaim because that does stuff. I don't know why I include it. I guess it just flows naturally into the money. Once again, we're going to be picking up quite a considerable bit of money. Unfortunately, we miss out on the team, the satellite bonus, just because we didn't do one extra lap in qualifying and practice. I blame Raikkonen for that. Well, if I'd have had a bit more pace this weekend, I would have been able to do one more lap. But yeah, a decent result for this race, and now we've got quite a long break till the Dutch Grand Prix. We've got some upgrades coming in. We've got a press interview that I really don't want to do, but I guess we're going to go do it anyway. So Will is going to basically ask us some questions that we're not going to answer, and then he's going to ask us the same question in a slightly different way. So he's asking us if we're focused on driver development, and that is true. Actually, we want to focus on getting Raikkonen's pace up, and his race pace, his awareness, just because he's very good at bringing in resource points, but we need him to bring in actual points for the team to try and fight for second place in the constructors. Mercedes are far too, well, they're way out of reach for Raikkonen at least. Yeah, this is an interesting question, to be able to challenge the top teams. I don't think we've been able to challenge the top teams on pace. I believe it's just track dependent, because the 3 tracks that we've been to now are very heavily based on the one-stop strategy, and we haven't qualified in the top 10, so we haven't really been forced to do any different strategy to them, or a strategy that put us at a disadvantage. So I'd say having a bad qualifying means we have a good race. Theoretically, hopefully we can challenge for a decent result in the Dutch Grand Prix, which I hope we should pretty easily be able to do, because I'm pretty good at Zandvoort. I do like that track a lot, and I won't really have to worry about tyre temperature too much. We're pausing the timeline here just to, I believe, fix a resource point. Actually, no, we're not. I don't know why I paused it. It was interesting. We get another chassis upgrade on the car in time for the Dutch Grand Prix, so that should help us a little bit. And yeah, that was it. That was the race. A pretty decent race. I'm very happy with it. And if you are enjoying Season 2 so far, I know it's been a long break between episodes going out and stuff, please do leave a like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for some more F1 2020 content very soon.